Russ Antler at the Comcast Center at the University of Maryland. The game, Magruder against Eleanor Roosevelt, 4A semifinal for the state of Maryland.
Well, he's carried the scoring load for the Raiders here in the third period, but the Colonels have actually extended their lead.
Taylor working against, he's Dodson, but he's actually now trapped. Unloads to Robinson. Robinson. Taylor. Michael Strawn. Shot. It's over the backboard, but rebounded by Magruder. Into the lane. And a rejection by Dodson. He knocks the ball off of Xavier Johnson. And Roosevelt will get the ball underneath.
Great play by Dodson, not only to block the shot, but somehow to create a situation where the Raiders are going to get the possession.
Francis Ash. Taylor coming up to meet him.
That would have been Magruder's first opportunity for a double-digit lead.
Driving is Chase Smith. Inside of Dodson. Turnaround. Put back by Dodson. Dodson staying with the ball. Got it in. And a score 38-32.
3 attempts for Dodson, and he finally got the tip on the third attempt. And now Brian Henderson's getting ready to come back into the game for Magruder. He's done an excellent job defending against Dodson for most of this game.
Michael Scher, hook shot, around the rim and good!
Michael Scher drive into the lane with the baby hook, and it rolls off the glass and back into the basket for Magruder.
Michael Scher, 9 points. He had 21 in the regional final against QO. That was a career high. Right side, Hawkins, inside at Dodson. Dodson, double team, up on the glass, and a bucket, and a foul.
And he's just too big inside, that close to the basket, for Magruder to handle. And it looks like ER has changed their strategy a little bit by having Dodson post up against the smaller Magruder lineup.
Dodson now with 19 points. He helped close the gap again to 6 as the Colonels lead 40-34, 3:12 remaining in the third period. Henderson has now entered the game, along with Julian Boyle, Donald Robinson, Justin Taylor, and Alex Lee for the Colonels.
Well, Dodson's definitely heated up here in the third period, but it looks like from an ER standpoint, all their offense is going to come from either Dodson or Sean Hawkins, because nobody else is really looking to shoot the ball.
Hawkins with 7 points, Dodson now with 20. Alex Lee bringing it down. Being defended by Smith, driving is Henderson. Henderson needs some help, gives the ball to Robinson. Robinson shoots at the elbow, off its mark. Hawkins in the rebound. Here comes Eleanor Roosevelt. They trail by 5. Down low to Hawkins on the left side. Working the ball around the perimeter. Francis Ash feeds it off to Dodson. Dodson, double team on the trap. Inside to Hawkins, working against Julian Boyle. Puts up a shot, and he's fouled. He scores and he's fouled. Foul on Julian Boyle.
And once again, Hawkins takes up so much space underneath, and with 6'6" frame, the lob pass into him is very difficult for Magruder to defend, and he's just getting down way too low and maneuvering around the basket. Now he'll have a chance to cut the lead to 2.
Could this be the second consecutive three-point play for the Roosevelt Raiders? Up, no good. Rebound to Dodson. Turn around, blocked by Boyle. And Alex Lee comes up with a loose ball. The Colonels lead.
Great defense by Boyle.
Colonels lead by 3. Boyle driving against Hawkins. He's shut off. Henderson, three-point shot, off its mark. Rebound, Dodson.
And now ER with a chance to come down and tie the game.
Shot up, off its mark, but a foul. The foul's on Alex Lee.
Oh, did you see that?
Yes, I did.
Francis Ash threw an elbow at Alex Lee's stomach as he walked by him.
Alex Lee over talking to the official about what just occurred. Francis Ash definitely gave an elbow to Alex Lee on his way to the free throw line. He connects on the first. It's 40-38. And now to pull the Raiders to within 1. It's good. 1 point advantage for the Colonels. 2:02 left in the third period. The Raiders have battled back from a 7-point deficit, rather a 9-point deficit this period. Justin Taylor calling the offense. Gives it to Boyle, Michael Scher.
Well, Magruder's shooting has been terrific in this game, but in the last several possessions, they have been missing.
Scher misses on the 3-point shot. Dotson on the rebound. Brendan Strawn, right side to Chase Smith, back up to Strawn, over to Apache Martin.
And Scher's trying to help out Julian Boyle wherever he can.
Hawkins into Dotson. He's triple teamed, and there's a whistle. There's a sequence of passes. Hawkins passing it into Dotson. Previous to that, you had Dotson passing the ball into Hawkins.
Not too many foul shots in this game, Steve. Magruder has only attempted 2, not making 1. And
Dotson, the 3-point shot, misses his mark. Hawkins picks up the loose ball. He misses the shot. And now Justin Taylor with the ball on the pass from Scher. Taylor into the lane to Henderson. Shot up and a whistle, and there's a foul. Brian Henderson hacked as he went to the reverse layup.
Well, it was a great effort by Henderson. He just couldn't get quite enough English and didn't have the angle. It came close to going in, but just not enough, but he'll go the line for 2. And this is only the 3rd and 4th foul shots of the game for Magruder.
Henderson and his Colonels lead by 1. First free throw is good. The Colonels lead by 2.
You got the shooter's roll on that one.
Alex Lee into the game for Michael Scher. Henderson's second free throw attempt on its way. Off the mark. Rebound goes to Hawkins. Colonels lead by 2, 41-39. 1 minute to go, third period. Apache Martin. Chase Smith. Dotson, who has been the star in this period as the Raiders have come back from a 9-point deficit. Working the ball around the perimeter. Dotson. Over to Strawn. Cross court to Smith. Inside to Apache Martin and stolen. Julian Boyle with the ball. Justin Taylor, 31 seconds. 3-point shot by Robinson. Good! Donald Robinson. 5-point lead for the Colonels, 20 seconds to go, third period.
It looked like Coach Dan Harwood wanted the Colonels to play for 1 shot. It's kind of one of those, don't shoot it, don't shoot it. Great shot.
11 seconds. 9 seconds. 5 seconds. Shot. Rejected by Boyle. Robinson, a half-court shot. Oh, just short.
Is this deja vu?
Well, he's got 8 minutes to find out. 44-39. Magruder ahead of Eleanor Roosevelt. They'll win the ball right in front of our table. Brian Henderson to Alex Lee to start the fourth period.
Brian Henderson checking both his arms. Look at the scratches on his arms. And here we go to start the fourth and final quarter.
Alex Lee. Pick set by Donald Robinson. Still with the ball is Lee. Very good ball handler. Being defended by Strawn. Now Julian Boyle, the shot blocker with the ball. Back to Alex Lee. Alex Lee looking left side, dribbling into the, now stops his dribble. Michael Scher, 3-point shot. Good! Michael Scher! 47-39, an 8-point lead, the biggest of the game so far.
Steve, you're excited.
I've got another game to do after this. I hope I can save my voice. Dotson right back, and he matches it right over top of Donald Robinson. Back to 5, 47-42.
Dotson answers for Eleanor Roosevelt, and he's now going to be tracking Donald Robinson all over the court. That should be a great matchup when Magruder has the ball.
Darnell Dotson, averaging 28 a game, has 23. 1 minute has gone into the fourth and final period. The winner here advances to the 4A final. Alex Lee working against Brendan Strawn. Left side in the lane. Julian Boyle, pump fake. Alex Lee, three-point shot, good!
And the Colonels continue to drill three-pointers as they try to hold the Raiders at bay.
In the regional final against QO, the Colonels drilled three-pointers to bring them back into the game and on to victory to advance the Comcast Center. They seem to be doing it again here.
Well, Steve, that's their calling card. You want to play for Magruder, you better be able to shoot threes.
Jay Smith into Hawkins. The defense collapses on him, and Magruder picks up the loose ball. Donald Robinson deflected that pass. Alex Lee and his Colonels an 8-point lead.
And a chance to stretch the margin to double digits for the first time today.
Alex Lee finds Cher in the corner, shots up, off its mark, rebound to Hawkins, fast breaking out to Apache Martin. Martin in the lane.
Oh!
He finds
Apache Martin. A brilliant drive and scoop shot as he double clutched, as they like to say. He got off at the 10th floor, his defender got off at the 8th floor, and Apache Martin got it to drop, and it's now a 50-44 ball game.
Scoreboard here says it's 52-42.
But we know better.
Yeah, the Eleanor Roosevelt fans behind us are panicking. They're yelling, change the scoreboard. In fact, they're yelling at you, Russ, change the scoreboard.
I can't change the scoreboard, but we get it right.
50-44, I think that's right. 50-44, 6:11 to go. There's an official timeout, rather, let's double check that. Timeout was called by Eleanor Roosevelt. They have 2 timeouts left. Thank you, sir.
And of an interesting note, apparently Magruder has not called 1 timeout yet this game, so they have their full complement of 5 timeouts as we head into the last 6 minutes and 11 seconds of this 4A semifinal contest.
Magruder averages 57 points a game, gives up an average of 47 points a game. They lead 50-44, 6:11 to go.
Well, there's no question that the intensity and the excitement level has really taken a couple of notches up here, Steve, in the most recent minutes of this game.
Roosevelt, one of the hottest teams in the DC area. They've won 16 of their last 18 games, coming back from a 2-6 start. Magruder with the ball. Alex Lee against Brendan Strong. We've seen this matchup throughout this entire game. Brian Henderson working against Strong. Henderson has the advantage, trying to drive, has the ball batted away, loses control. Now controls it. Julian Boyle with the ball, has it knocked away, and there's a scrum on the floor, and it'll be a jump ball.
And the possession will go to Eleanor Roosevelt.
Alex Lee over talking to the officials saying, where's the foul? Where's the foul? There is no foul, just a change of possession. Brendan Strong, right side to Apache Martin. Dodson picks up the errant pass.
Magruder in his zone.
Strong, and now Hawkins driving.
And we got
another jump ball. Hawkins tried to go up. Donald Robinson stuck his hands out, touched the ball, and the possession arrow favors the Colonels this time.
It looked like it also could have been a traveling, but the official decided to call a held ball, and Magruder with the possession.
Roosevelt trapping on defense now. Magruder beats it. Donald Robinson working against Hawkins. Driving, going up, putting it up off the glass and scores.
Well, he's just too quick for Hawkins. He got the one-on-one out on the wing, and he just took it to the rack and put it down. And Magruder has called timeout with 5:20 to go here in the 4th period.
52-44 the Colonels. Robinson took that ball, was working one-on-one on Hawkins, dribbled slowly, and suddenly broke left, went baseline, up and in off the glass. Donald Robinson has, double check that.
Well, I have to believe, Steve, that
17 points.
I have to believe that when Robinson saw that Hawkins was on him on a mismatch, he was licking his chops and his eyes just lit up and said, hey, I'm going all the way to the hoop on this one, baby.
Robinson playing almost a perfect game. 17 points, 0 fouls.
Each team with a lot of assists. Magruder 17 assists, ER with 14 assists. It's been a pretty even game in most cases here, but Magruder has had the edge from outside the arc by knocking down several more threes than Eleanor Roosevelt.
Darnell Dodson, who came alive the second half, has won over 1,000 career points. He is also Eleanor Roosevelt's all-time leading scorer. 23 points in this game. He averages 28. Donald Robinson averages 18. He has scored 17. It's really become a matchup of the two of them right now.
Well, it's always great when you get to a big game, when your big players step up and they lead their teams. And that's what we have here tonight.
Dodson brought the ball up court. He's up on top right now. Now feeds it down to Strawn. Strawn now Patsy Smith. Cross court to Chase Smith. Dodson, three-point shot into the face of Brian Henderson. Not a smart shot right now.
Not a good shot at all for Eleanor Roosevelt.
Alex Lee with the ball. Brendan Strawn defending him once again. Alex Lee continues his dribble. Now over to Henderson. He's trapped in the corner. Back to Lee. Lee back to Henderson up top. Henderson driving right side. Feeds it over to Robinson. Robinson, a three-point shot. Bingo! Donald Robinson, 55-44. Magruder.
Donald Robinson drills another three.
Baseline drive by Strawn, and he scores right back for the Raiders.
Big basket for Eleanor Roosevelt. Things were not looking so good, but they got the hoop there, and now Strawn will go to the line to complete the three-point play the old-fashioned way.
The Raiders trailing the Colonels 55-46.
Easy does it, Howard.
Just call me Boomer.
Where's that Chris? All right, Boomer.
A lot of time left in this game. 4:31 to go. 55-46. Brendan Strawn shooting one. Chance to complete the three-point play. It's good. It's back to 8. Justin
The
Taylor.
Raiders pressing all over the court.
Boyle finds Alex Lee right in front of us. Lee to Donald Robinson. Three-point. Oh, it passed inside. Oh, not a smart pass. Michael Sherritt gets the ball back. Julian Boyle on the put in. 10-point lead for the Colonels.
Just when the Raiders had stolen the ball, the Colonels got it right back and a basket to hoop.
And a pass out of bounds on the cross-court pass. It looks like Francis Ash jumped too soon as the ball was just out of his reach as it came down.
Those skip passes can be so dangerous, Steve. And in that case, it was just over the head of his teammate. And now Magruder has the possession and a 10-point lead.
Justin Taylor back to Alex Lee, working the ball very patiently. Lee driving on the pick from Boyle. He's triple teamed. Justin Taylor left side, Scher. Jumper. Off the mark. Hawkins on the board. Dodson. Dodson brings the ball down court. Pushes Alex Lee out of the way with his elbow. In the corner, now into Hawkins. Hawkins puts the ball up and he scores, and there's another foul.
And as we've been saying all game, Hawkins is very, very big inside. He's very difficult to handle, and he's just muscling his way to the hoop. And that time he got the ball to drop, and he'll go to the line for another opportunity for a three-point play for Eleanor Roosevelt.
Interesting with Dodson and Hawkins. Dodson, a serious outside threat. If you come up the meeting, it opens up things down low to get the ball into Hawkins, and Hawkins can push his weight around and score, and he did just that.
Well, that's been the 1-2 punch for Eleanor Roosevelt all year, and there shouldn't be any difference now at this point in the season. 3 minutes and 30 seconds to play for one of these two teams.
57-49. Basket is good. Three-point play. Lead is 7 for the Colonels. Pressure coming from the Raiders again. The Colonels beat it. Robinson throws the ball out of bounds. Unfortunate circumstance there as the Raiders get the ball back trailing by 7. They were down by 10 just moments ago. Dodson, Smith, Dodson, right side to Strawn. Magruder in the zone defense. Smith drives, hook shot, and a foul.
As big as Eleanor Roosevelt is, with Dodson at 6'7", and Sean Hawkins at 6'6", Magruder actually has been winning the battle of the rebounds, or check me on that. Eleanor Roosevelt does lead in rebounds, 23-19.
Shooting 2 shots is Apache Martin. He makes the first to pull the Raiders within 6.
Now the Colonels led by 10, and now it's 6. And
Second
now
shot
it's
is
5.
good. You have to wonder if the Colonels have hit their max. They average 57 points a game. They have 57 right now. Donald Robinson now, right side. Driving into the paint.
Looks like he walked.
Walked.
No basket. He walked.
Another turnover. The ball goes back to Eleanor Roosevelt. 3:04 to play.
In the last 3 possessions, a missed shot and 2 turnovers for the Colonels. And now Eleanor Roosevelt has a chance to really cut the margin to a 1-possession game.
Hawkins misses the shot. Boyle on the board. Colonels back. Over to Henderson. Henderson. Robinson. Back up to Lee. And that's exactly what they need to do. Get the ball up on top.
And now Dan Harwood calls for a 30-second timeout. 2:44 to go.
Colonels lead 57-52. Timeout called by Magruder, a 30-second timeout. Let's set the scoreboard for you. 2:44 to go. Possession arrow pointing towards the Raiders. 57-52, Colonels on top. Timeouts, 3 for Magruder, 2 for the Raiders. And the fouls, Magruder has 18 fouls. Eleanor Roosevelt with just 4.
Now this is going to be an interesting situation because with Eleanor Roosevelt only having 14 fouls, they will have to foul Magruder over and over again here because each time they foul Magruder, the Colonels are going to be able to take the ball out of bounds and start a new possession. So that's something to look for as we move down the stretch. And in foul shots, Magruder is only 1 of 4 from the line. ER, 8 of 10. Great job from the line by the Raiders.
Henderson inbounding for the Colonels.
And there's the foul. That's be the 15th foul on the Raiders.
That really wasn't an intended foul to stop the clock. It was an aggressive defensive play by Brendan Strawn.
I don't even think they stopped the clock on that, did they? Or started the clock on that, did they?
No. Still 2:44. Inbound. Henderson, DeBoyle up high. Boyle defended by Hawkins. Working against Hawkins in the lane. And a layup. Finger roll. Good.
Boyle took Hawkins way out high and then beat him to the basket with his foot speed. And the Colonels lead by 7.
2:28 to go. 3-point shot. Good by Chase Smith. 4-point lead. 2:20. Alex Lee racing down court. Now trying to run the offense. Defended by Smith. Lee into the lane, drive, layup up and scores for Magruder. 61-55, 2:05. And a whistle is being blown and a foul's on Alex Lee.
I really don't understand that. Alex Lee was on the floor. He tried to get up. Darnell Dotson knocked him down in his effort to get the ball out of bounds, and they called a foul on Alex Lee.
I think the official didn't see the entire sequence. Lee was on the ground after he was being knocked over, and he reached out and actually did commit a foul, but it was after he was knocked down to the ground.
Darnell Dotson will go to the line. He'll be shooting 1 and 1. The Colonels lead 61-55 with 2:03 to play.
Into the game for Eleanor Roosevelt is Francis Ash. Leaving the game is Sean Hawkins. Probably just for a short breather. He'll probably come right back into the game because the Raiders need him. Dotson shooting the front end of a 1 and 1. It's good. 61-56, a 5-point margin for the Colonels.
The Raiders now 9 out of 11 from the foul line. Outstanding foul shooting has kept them in this game. The Colonels 1 out of 4.
Second shot, short, rebound. Dotson picks up the ball. 5-point lead for the Colonels. 2 minutes to go. 3-point shot around the rim, no good. Brian Henderson on the rebound. Has the ball knocked away. A shot up and off by Eleanor Roosevelt. Alex Lee comes up with the loose ball. Alex Lee over to Justin Taylor. The trapping defense by the Raiders is defeated by the Colonels. Julian Boyle with the ball now. And Alex Lee will run the offense. 1:35. Lee driving. Right side of Boyle, back up on top to Taylor.
Colonels
Brian
working
Henderson.
the ball in their patented offensive set.
Alex Lee, and a timeout by Dan Harwood. Full timeout, he says.
There were a couple times in that last sequence where it looked like Eleanor Roosevelt was actually trying to commit the foul, but the officials let them play. Even though there was holding, let them play.
Why not? We've come this far. Let them play.
1:24 to play. Colonels lead by 5. They have the possession.
Let's just take one more moment to remind you, you can get a copy of this game by logging on to
VOLIsports.com.
If Magruder advances to the state final, VOLI Sports will be there to bring the action. Russ, will you be there?
Oh, mercy, nurse. Help me while I catch my breath.
61-56, a 5-point edge for the Colonels. 1 minute, 24 seconds to go. Dan Harwood setting the offense for these final moments of this semifinal game. Once again, the winner here takes on the winner of Sherwood from Montgomery County against Glen Burnie from Anne Arundel County.
Now in this last sequence here, Steve, I would expect Eleanor Roosevelt to foul immediately because now the clock becomes as much as their enemy as Magruder.
Alex Lee, Brendan Strawn. Alex Lee driving, unloads it down low to Donald Robinson. Out to Henderson, back up on top to Taylor. To Henderson, looks like the Colonels are going to be content just to run out the clock. 1:10 to go.
Yeah, but the Raiders can't let them do that. And now the Raiders committed their 6th-team foul. And once again, Magruder will have the out of bounds, or I should say the inbounds possession on sideline front court.
Magruder has very good ball handlers, the best being Alex Lee as they try to get the ball to him. Now it's into Boyle, and a foul committed by Chase Smith.
And now Magruder, Julian Boyle, will head to the foul line. It's a 1-on-1 situation for the Colonels. And once again, like we've said so many times, Steve, when you get in these tight games with good teams, the games are usually decided by what happens at the foul line.
Magruder assistant coach Kenny Lincoln, who played at Richard Montgomery 30 years ago, out talking to official Dwayne Green, yelling at him, and he's being ordered to the bench by Green. And we are waiting for that exchange to finish so we can shoot the free throws.
And Julian Boyle stepped to the line, 1-on-1.
Dribbles, two-handed dribble, sets, and shoots. He misses. Dotson on the rebound.
That was a very tentative free throw by Julian Boyle.
Coming up to on a minute to go in the game. Dotson three-point shot, no good. Rebound goes to, it's being battled for, and a foul by Julian Boyle on Chase Smith as they went for the ball.
I'll tell you, with a lot of the contact we've seen in this game, there's been some real inconsistent officiating in regards to the nature of fouls in this contest, Steve.
Foul is on Julian Boyle, that's his third.
Chase Smith,
Chase Smith.
with the biggest foul shots of his life.
He makes the first to pull the Raiders to within 4. 57.6 seconds to go.
It's a 2-shot foul because that was the 10th team foul on the Colonels.
Second shot on its way. It is good.
And it's a 1-possession game with 57 seconds to go.
Brian Henderson is there's a whistle. It looks like Eleanor Roosevelt was trying to get an out-of-bounds call, but there was a foul.
And now Brian Henderson will go to the line, and he'll be shooting 1-on-1.
A foul is on Apache Martin, his second. Shooting 1-on-1 is Brian Henderson. Henderson, a 71% free throw shooter.
And for all these players, Steve, the biggest foul shots of their life.
He hits the first, or shoots the first and misses. And now with a chance to tie is Eleanor Roosevelt, Brendan Strawn, Chase Smith, Donald Dotson, dribbling right side, working against Alex Lee. Chase Smith, Donald Dotson.
Well, you know they're going to Darnell Dotson and put the ball in his hands. A long
three-point shot is good. We're tied at 61, 35.5 seconds. What a long-range shot that was.
Oh, doctor!
From
and it's 61-61 with 35 seconds to go.
From way downtown, that gives Dotson 27 points. 6 points in the first period, 21 in the second half.
Well, I'll tell you, he has really come out of that locker room at halftime, and he's decided, hey, this is my game. I want to make up for what happened for last year and carry my team to victory. On the other hand, Magruder has the possession. They're still in the 1-1, but it is possible that they may play for the last shot here and see either they win it or we go to overtime.
61 apiece, 35.5 seconds. Possession arrow points towards the Raiders if they're able to get a tie in.
The last few possessions for Magruder have simply not gone their way as they've had the opportunity at the foul line, but they haven't been able to convert the 1-and-1s.
As you have pointed out frequently throughout the entire season, free throw shooting in a tight game is very important.
Well, you know, for a lot of kids today, there's no glory in practicing foul shooting, but never is it more important than right now.
Brian Henderson will inbound for the Colonels. Pressure coming from Roosevelt. Not content to play for a tie. They're going to go for the win and put the pressure on the Colonels. The Colonels likely will play for one good shot and perhaps win this game. 25 seconds. Justin Taylor. Defended by Smith. Taylor driving. Alex Lee with the ball. Lee defended by Smith. 11 seconds. 7 seconds. In the paint. Taylor driving. Shot. Score! And that's the game!
Colonels!
Hang on. The game is not over. Yes, it is. Magruder wins. Justin Taylor. Justin Taylor on the shot at the buzzer.
The pull-up jumper, sweet sassy molasses.
Brendan O'Connell, the Eleanor Roosevelt court coach, is on the court saying he tried to call timeout on that bucket, but too late. Magruder advances to the state championship game on a 12-foot shot by Justin Taylor to win the game as time expires.
It's deja vu all over again.
We got confused there at the end. We thought that Brendan O'Connell from Eleanor Roosevelt was able to call a timeout after that bucket, but the officials did not allow it. They let the clock run out, and the game is over. What a fantastic finish